All right, so I have a little bit of a different strategy for us today. This is called, you'll hear me call it three different things. You'll either hear me call it S3, S cubed, and very rarely will you hear me actually call it social studies similes. Most of the time it's going to be S3 or S cubed. But, I mean, you can see up here at the top, social studies similes. It's three S's. This is where it comes from. But this strategy, you have to understand an idea, or you have to understand a concept, or a person, or an event. So make sure you watch the video that I've also posted that will be talking about whatever topic that we happen to be covering. The example that I have on the screen is one that we would do in 7th grade civics when we are talking about the supremacy clause. And you can just simply see all that is on the screen is term, concept, event, or person, and then it says judicial review / supremacy clause. Is, was, like, a, or an, and choose one of the following terms. Now, I'll explain what all of this means. What you are doing is you are making a relation between whatever the term is in this box, whether it's a person, event, term, or concept, and as many of these items as you can inside of the amount of time that I give you. I will post how long I want you to spend trying to think of these. Sometimes I will do these extremely fast. I may say, you've got 5 minutes, go. And you try to think of as many as you can. Sometimes I will say, I want these to be very well thought out. Take 20 to 30 minutes and slow down, try to do as many as you can. And like I said, don't get confused. I'm fixing to give you some examples. But after you do them, you're going to put them in this box down here. This is just where you write them. All right. Now, you can see this says explain your reasoning. Your explanation should be complex, not simple. You may not write, if the example up here was Thomas Jefferson, you could not say Thomas Jefferson is like a train because he was loud. No. That does not show an understanding of who Thomas Jefferson was, anything that he accomplished, what he is known for, ideas. It has nothing to do with any of the details about him. You need to be specific, and your answers do need to be complex. So I'm not going to give you examples for what this term is because somebody is watching this video at some point in time and they're actually doing this one, and I'm not going to give away any free answers. So one that I wrote down 3 examples as a reference, just real quick. I timed myself. I gave myself 5 minutes, and I wrote down just a few. So the term that I would have put up here in this box would have been the legislative branch. Now, we know the legislative branch is the House of Representatives and the Senate. So the examples that I gave is the legislative branch is like a dishwasher because sometimes things get in there and they get stuck and they stay for way too long than they should. You can read into that what you want. Legislative branch is like an Easter egg. They like to go behind doors and hide what it is that they're doing, but someone's job is to go out and hunt them and find every single little thing that they've hidden. And then I said the legislative branch is like Snapchat because they always think what they're doing is a secret, but everything is going to come out in the end when they least expect it. So that's 3 examples that I just came up with a topic that I decided to do as an example. This is not give me 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to ask for a specific number. This is I'm going to give you an amount of time, and I want you to do as many as you can. With this one, the more outlandish, the better, but make it a solid argument. Make it a complex answer, but make it a solid argument. This one is more fun to me. You have to understand the idea, and I post what the idea that we're doing is. I will post the specific S3 for you, and I'll post a video explaining what the idea or the term is in more detail. But if you have any questions with this, make sure that you send me a message. I don't want you to do this one the wrong way. Send me a message before you do it if you're confused. But write me on Schoology. I will get to the messages as soon as I can. There's a lot going on this year, you know that, and we got a lot of responsibilities as teachers, and you have a lot of responsibilities as students. So we're making this work, and so far so good. I think we're doing a pretty good job staying on the same page with each other. So that's something that I'm proud of you guys for.